I'm at Walmart right now. Tell me if I'm tripping, but the price of meat has significantly gone up. Like, are we dead serious right now? Like, are we dead ass? Is this real life? I am so shocked. Like, I am so shocked. Is this real life? This is expensive.
I feel like crying, y'all. I just put 3 bags in my car, right? Just left my neighborhood Smith's. Look how much I spent, y'all. $80 for 3 punk-ass bags. So much love to all my good people out there that's making it happen, because I don't know what these people talking about when they say inflation is getting better. That's a damn lie.
I mean, just your costs are up versus a year ago. Groceries, 85%. Utilities, 78%. Healthcare, 67%. Housing, 66%. Gasoline, 54%. The bottom line is this. Americans feel like prices are rising in each and every single part of their lives, rising ever climber, and they just don't feel like, Kate Baldwin, that they can catch a break.
I found a ShopRite flyer from 2017 in my house, and I'm going to show you how much meat has gone up in these 8 years, and it's unbelievable. Here's the flyer. You could see the date up on top, July 2017, and we're looking at the certified London broil. It was $2.27 in July of 2017 when Trump was president for the first time. When Trump returned to the White House 7.5 years later, London broil at the same store was now $5.49 a pound. That's 142% higher. But it gets worse. By September, 8 months into Trump's new presidency, it was $8.49 a pound. That's 274% higher than it was in 2017. How is that sustainable? How can something like that continue? And how are we going to be able to eat if prices continue to rise in these insane types of numbers? Nobody's salary is going up this much, unless you're a CEO, of course. Make sure other people see my research by leaving a comment, liking it, and also sharing the post.
Guys, we're in Trader Joe's, and we're looking at all the meat and stuff, and for the first time in 7 years of living in New York, the price of ground beef has increased. Literally the entire time that I've lived in New York City, ground beef has been $4.99 from Trader Joe's. I only shop Trader Joe's. It's always the 80-20. The tariffs. It's the orange, man.
Everyday Americans walk to grocery stores and the prices are higher than they were yesterday. It's getting out of hand. People are saying they can't keep up anymore. The cost of food, rent, utilities, everything is rising up nonstop. And paychecks aren't. What used to feel a cut now barely covers the basics. The daily price increase is leaving families drained, frustrated, and wondering how much worse it can get. If this video resonates with you, please consider subscribing so I continue giving you much of these videos, okay? Let's dive into it.
Trump's coffee catastrophe has reached record levels. Look how much coffee has gone up in the United States. In October of 2021, 4 years ago, I took this photo of Brazilian coffee, Três Corações, and it was $4.29 for a brick of half a kilo. 4 years later, the same coffee, the same size, the same supermarket, and it's $13.79. That is 220% more. But wait, there's more and it gets worse. Right here, Café Caboclo, another Brazilian coffee, $1.99 for a 250-gram brick. That was back in 2021. Now, December of 2025, 4 years later, here's the same coffee, same store, and here's the receipt. $6.79 for the same size. That's 241% increase in price. How can we continue to pay these prices? One of the reasons for these large increases in prices was Trump's 50% tariff on Brazil, and most coffee that Americans drink come from Brazil. He's trying to reverse that now by eliminating that tariff, but it remains to be seen if the prices will go down.
Is anybody actually comparing what they paid for groceries in December when Biden was still in office to what they're spending today? I just did. And then I took it a step further. And now I am livid. I am so livid. So I only looked at 9 items that we purchased from Kroger's based on our online receipts to what those products sell for today at my Kroger's. 9 items. Our eggs went up $2. A bag of salad went up $1.70. Favorite chocolate bar went up 80 cents. The bacon we like went up 80 cents. Tomato paste, 10 cents. Hand soap, 30 cents. Italian bread, 50 cents. Mushrooms, 20 cents. Can of mushrooms. Butter, 50 cents. That adds up to $6.90 more for just those 9 items. Now, we buy those regularly, but let's just say we only buy them once a month. We are paying, since Trump took office, $83 more a year on these products than when Biden was in office, and I only stopped at these 9 products. At best, we found a few items that didn't go up in price. Do you know how many items we found that went down since Trump took office, which was his fucking promise? 0. $83 more a year just for these 9 items. Imagine if we did it with all of our staples, what we regularly purchase. Are you listening, Trump supporters? Do the math. Tell us if you think he's doing a good job for you.
Did Donald Trump lie to you? Of course he did. This is the man who ran on lowering grocery prices day one. Do you remember that? And now I want to know, where are you going to find these lower grocery prices? Because they don't seem to exist. Every time I go into the store, the prices are just astronomical. I've seen video after video of people showing receipts from last year at Time X to this year, and the prices that they paid are up 20-30%. Items like coffee, chips, everyday items, beef, meat are just skyrocketing. This is the man who acted like he never even knew the word groceries, and people still thought, yeah, this is the guy I want to help lower the cost of my food and grocery intake. The weekly bill that people are paying is going through the roof, and it is not coming down. His tariff game is not working. He puts them on, he takes them off, he puts them on, he takes them off, and we are the ones that are continuing to hold the bag. So I want to know, where are you getting lower grocery prices? Do they exist? Because all I have seen are prices continuing to go up and smaller cartloads costing more and more. The president of lower prices, of lower grocery prices, is doing the exact opposite.
All right, so Donald Trump saying the cost of goods being excessively high right now is a Democratic hoax. Okay, so when you go to the grocery store and prices are higher than they've ever been, apparently that's all just a hoax to Donald Trump. And the problem is, you can see in his poll numbers, he's an extremely unpopular president right now because he promised to bring down the price of gas. He promised to bring down your groceries. Remember that magical word that he thought he just heard of called groceries? They haven't come down at all. They've actually gone up. Okay, so once again, this man promises you a false bill of goods, and you keep falling for it. He told you the Ukraine war was going to be over before he was sworn in. It's raging as crazy as it's ever been, and they're not really close to a deal. And not only that, he promised you nationalism, where we were going to not involve ourselves with wars or anything, and now he's talking about launching missions on land in Venezuela, and he has a fleet gathering in the Caribbean. It's a shell game. It's 3-card Monte. You can't believe any word that comes out of this guy's mouth, because he'll just go and do the opposite, and he'll call it a Democratic hoax. Okay? Nothing has come down. Prices are still up. We are now talking about invading the country of Venezuela with land strikes. Yes, that is what y'all MAGA Knights voted for. Damn.
Joe Biden was president in 2024 when the inflation rate of the grocery aisle category, food at home, was 1.8% when for most of 2024. Trump's been president for nearly a year, and it's up now to 2.7%. So not only have the prices in the food at home category gone up like real number prices have gone up, but they have grown, they have increased at a more rapid rate than all of 2024 when Joe Biden was president. Is this what you voted for, you dumbass fucks who voted for this guy? You know, because, oh, the price of eggs. I guess I'm going to have to vote for the guy who literally tried to overthrow the republic, the 34-time convicted felon insurrectionist piece of shit. I'm going to vote for that guy because I'm upset about the price of groceries. Well, now they're even more expensive. So you put a criminal in office as a trade-off for lower grocery prices, which you didn't get. Good job, dumbasses. Okay, let me read a little bit more here. Milk, eggs, chicken, and ground beef all are all incrementally more expensive than they were a year ago. Rent continues to climb at an annual rate of 5 to 6%. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to read this whole thing. And to be fair, no president can flip the direction of price levels overnight. Supply chains adjust slowly. I don't care. I don't want to hear excuses. We all know this, which is why his promises to bring down prices on day one were so friggin' ridiculous. But this is what happens when you live in a country full of blithering idiots who will believe this nonsense. I mean, if you knew anything about literally anything having to do with the economy, you would know that, okay, those are bullshit lies. He cannot bring the prices down on day one. What is he? You think there's a price switch in the Oval Office that they could just fucking flip? And if there is such a switch, why didn't Biden flip it? It makes no sense. And anyone who believed those ridiculous promises, morons. I mean, this is a guy who was literally running to stay out of prison. That's how desperate this man was. He was willing to lie about anything to anyone to stay out of prison. You know, and people believe a desperate liar like that? Fucking stupid.
Americans were promised relief. They were promised lower grocery prices. They were promised stability. And here we are. Prices are worse. Millions feel betrayed. Inflation keeps eating away paychecks. Families are carrying meals. And regular people feel like they're sinking financially with no lifeline in sight. This isn't politics anymore. This isn't about left or right. This is about survival. It's about dignity and about people simply wanting to afford food for their families without having to choose between groceries, rent, or electricity. Americans are not asking for much. People just want a country where working hard actually pays off, where you walk into a grocery store without fear that the same items you bought last week suddenly cost $20 more, when $100 means something, where families don't feel guilty for buying basic food. People are tired of struggling, tired of being told that things are getting better when they clearly aren't. People are tired of seeing promises made during campaigns vanish the moment the election is over. When it comes to groceries, the most essential part of survival, Americans feel unheard, unseen, and left behind. And now the frustration is turning into a simple truth. If leaders cannot keep the most basic promise to make food affordable, then what can they be trusted with? People feel betrayed, not because they expected miracles, but because they expected honesty and effort. They expected action and compassion. Instead, they are watching prices climb with no end in sight, while their paychecks remain stuck. This is not sustainable. This is not normal, and Americans know it. The financial pressure is crushing families, draining bank accounts, and robbing people of peace of mind. It shouldn't be this way. No one should fear going to the grocery store. No one should have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to afford basics that used to be affordable. And that's why people are speaking up more than ever, not out of anger, but out of desperation, because they want to live. Until real action is taken to bring grocery prices back down, people will continue to feel abandoned, frustrated, and financially drained. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.